You may believe you are perfectly healthy right now, but what would you say if I revealed to you that something as ordinary as the food sitting on your dinner table could be silently reducing your lifespan with each passing day? This is not about consuming excessive amounts or insufficient quantities, but rather about choosing the incorrect types of meat. What makes this even more alarming is that 99% of elderly individuals remain completely unaware of which meats are secretly elevating their blood pressure, harming their cognitive function, and placing their cardiovascular system in grave danger. The reality is that once you reach 60 years of age, your body undergoes significant transformations. Foods that caused no problems at 30 can now act like slow-working toxins. However, there is encouraging news to share. Making the correct modifications to your eating habits, particularly regarding meat selection, can completely reverse these negative effects. You can continue enjoying flavorful meals while maintaining your physical strength, safeguarding your memory, and taking pride in your overall wellness. Today, we will discuss the 4 most dangerous meats you should absolutely avoid after reaching 60 years of age. Equally important, we will explore the 4 superior meats you must include in your weekly meal plan to rebuild your body and remain alert, powerful, and full of vitality. These recommendations are not mere speculation. Each meat I will mention has solid scientific research supporting it, and some of these findings will absolutely amaze you. One particular meat that numerous people continue consuming while believing it is beneficial was connected to a 56% increase in cardiac events. On the other hand, one of the most beneficial meats, which hardly anyone discusses, can enhance memory by 44% and even counteract physical weakness. Stay with me until the complete conclusion. You may discover that one minor adjustment could provide you with 10 additional years of good health. Before we begin our detailed discussion, please share in the comments which meat you consume most frequently. I am reading and responding to each and every comment. If you value your health and desire more content like this, please subscribe and activate notifications from Balance Health. Now, we will begin with the first meat that could be causing your body more damage than you have ever realized. We start with one that appears in more meals than you might notice: pork sausage. I understand it remains a preferred choice for many people. Breakfast dishes, weekend brunches, and even celebration meals. But here is the frightening reality. For individuals over 60, pork sausage can become a dangerous threat. This is not because it is pork, but due to what remains concealed within those links. Most pork sausage available at grocery stores is not simply meat. It has been extensively processed using preservatives such as nitrates and nitrites to provide that pink appearance and extended storage life. However, when you cook or digest these chemicals, they can transform into substances called nitrosamines. Nitrosamines are extremely serious. They are classified as confirmed carcinogens. This means they can harm your DNA and promote the development of cancer cells directly within your body. If your digestive system has become slower with aging, which happens to most people, the danger only increases. A research study published in BMC Medicine during 2022 followed 18,000 seniors for almost 10 years. The findings showed that seniors who consumed pork sausage merely 2 times per week experienced a 22% higher risk of colon cancer and a 16% higher risk of kidney problems compared to those who completely avoided it. That represents just 2 servings per week. However, this does not tell the complete story. Pork sausage also contains excessive amounts of sodium, sometimes exceeding your complete daily requirement in a single serving. Excessive sodium increases blood pressure, puts strain on your kidneys, and causes your legs and ankles to retain fluid and swell. Does this sound familiar? That bloated sensation in your feet following a salty meal is not merely uncomfortable, it serves as a warning signal. We must not overlook the saturated fat content. Pork sausage represents one of the primary sources for increasing LDL cholesterol, which is the harmful type. When you combine this with elevated blood pressure and a slow metabolism, You create conditions perfect for arterial plaque formation, heart attacks, and strokes. Why do we continue consuming it? Because it requires minimal preparation. Because it provides great taste. Because it represents tradition. I understand completely. However, the truth remains that those traditions were not created for a 60-year-old heart, a 70-year-old digestive system, or an 80-year-old immune response. Let us proceed to another meat that appears to be convenient, but can prove even more dangerous while hiding in plain sight. Our next topic involves something that appears completely harmless: deli ham and those convenient small packages of cold cuts. You are familiar with the type you purchase when you do not want to cook. Quick sandwich preparation. No mess, no complications. However, if you are over 60, this type of convenience comes with a significant cost that your heart, kidneys, and even brain may eventually have to pay. The issue with deli meats extends beyond just the meat itself. The problem lies in what manufacturers add to make them appear pink, remain fresh for weeks, and taste consistent in every slice. We are discussing sodium nitrite, artificial flavor enhancers, phosphates, concealed sugars, and enormous amounts of salt. When sodium nitrite combines with proteins in your body, it can create those same dangerous nitrosamines we just discussed with sausage, which are cancer-causing chemicals that gradually damage tissues over extended periods. Here comes the shocking revelation. A 2020 study in the International Journal of Epidemiology followed more than 40,000 seniors. Those individuals who consumed processed deli meats 4 or more times weekly had a 24% higher risk of heart failure and were 19% more likely to die prematurely from any cause. This was not from overeating, but simply from eating the wrong type of meat too frequently. The problems do not end with cardiovascular issues. Deli meats contain high levels of phosphates, which place stress on your kidneys. Hidden sugars and salt interfere with your blood pressure and blood sugar levels. If you are already managing diabetes or hypertension, that seemingly innocent sandwich can quickly push your body into a dangerous state. Here is something most people never make the connection with. Deli meats have been associated with cognitive decline in older adults. Researchers now suspect that the inflammation caused by processed meats might increase your risk for memory loss and even small silent strokes over time. You might not notice it immediately, but your body certainly does. The most problematic aspect is that these meats offer such convenience. That becomes the trap. No cooking required, no preparation needed. You simply remove the plastic and consume. However, every bite contains chemicals that do not belong in a body over 60 years old. Now we will discuss a meat that is crispy, golden, and filled with childhood memories, but conceals more danger than most people understand. We are talking about a comfort food that appears at picnics, family gatherings, and late-night cravings. Deep-fried chicken, crunchy, juicy, and for many of us, a reminder of home. However, once you reach 60, that golden coating could be quietly destroying your health with each bite you take. The chicken itself is not the main concern. The problem occurs when it gets submerged in industrial oil, covered in white flour batter, and exposed to extremely high temperatures. This process converts a simple piece of meat into a dangerous combination of trans fats, acrylamides, and advanced glycation end products, or AGS for short. These compounds trigger chronic inflammation and speed up aging from the inside outward. One extensive study from 2020 published in the BMJ monitored 107,000 women over 20 years. Those who consumed fried chicken more than once weekly had a 13% higher risk of dying from any cause and a 12% higher risk of heart-related death. The effect proved even stronger in women over 60. This occurs because our bodies become more sensitive to inflammation, oxidative stress, and toxic fats as we age. Here is the science behind that crunch. Fast food chicken often gets fried in inexpensive oils like soybean or corn oil. These oils break down into harmful oxidized fats. These fats do not just elevate your blood pressure. They damage your blood vessels and increase your stroke risk. That crispy coating usually consists of refined white flour, sugar, and salt, which cause blood sugar spikes and promote fat storage around the belly, a major trigger for insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. There is additional concern. When you fry anything at high temperatures, you create chemicals that break down collagen in your skin and joints. This explains why people who regularly eat fried foods often notice more wrinkles, joint stiffness, and slower wound healing. You might think, but I only consume it occasionally. The truth is, even occasional consumption accumulates when your system is already working harder with age. Speaking of healthy chicken, there is one type people believe represents the safest choice after 60, but it may actually be the most misleading meat of all. Let us move forward to something many of us consider the healthiest option available: skinless factory farm chicken breast. After all, it contains lean protein, low fat content, and often gets promoted as the healthiest protein in the marketplace. However, before you purchase that chicken breast thinking it will keep you healthy after 60, let me explain why it might actually cause more harm than benefit. Factory farm chicken involves more than just the meat itself. It concerns how that chicken gets raised. If you are purchasing conventional chicken from the supermarket, it most likely was raised in confined, overcrowded spaces, fed a grain-based diet, and injected with antibiotics and hormones. These chemicals do not just help the chicken grow faster, they can affect you as well, especially after 60, when your body becomes more sensitive to environmental toxins. First, factory farm chicken has been proven to contain significantly lower levels of omega-3 fatty acids compared to pasture-raised free-range chicken. Omega-3s are essential for heart health, reducing inflammation, and keeping your joints flexible as you age. Instead, factory farm chicken tends to have a higher ratio of omega-6 fatty acids, which when consumed excessively can contribute to chronic inflammation and increase the risk of cardiovascular disease, which we already know represents a major concern as we get older. Another hidden problem involves the antibiotic resistance linked to conventionally raised chickens. These chickens often receive antibiotics to prevent disease in overcrowded conditions. However, this can lead to antibiotic-resistant bacteria, which can make it harder for your body to fight infections. We must not forget these antibiotics can also negatively impact gut health, which plays a huge role in overall immunity, mental health, and even weight management as we age. Perhaps one of the most concerning factors involves the toxicity of the meat itself. When chicken is factory farmed, it often carries a significant amount of chemical residue from pesticides, herbicides, and other toxins that get absorbed from the grain-fed diet. As we age, our liver and kidneys do not process toxins as effectively. Therefore, these chemicals can build up in the body over time, contributing to chronic disease and slowing down recovery after illness. Now that we have uncovered the meat silently working against your health, we should shift our focus, because what you do eat matters just as much. The time has come to discuss the 4 best meats that can help you stay strong, sharp, and full of life after 60. We will start with a meat that most people only prepare during holidays or special occasions: grass-fed lamb. However, if you are over 60, this meat should not be reserved for occasional consumption. It should become part of your regular meal rotation because lamb, when it is grass-fed, offers some of the most powerful support for aging muscles, joints, and your heart. Unlike conventional beef or chicken, lamb from grass-fed animals contains a rich combination of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin B12, zinc, and iron. These nutrients directly fight the issues we all face after 60, which include loss of muscle, aching joints, slow recovery, and declining energy. Because these animals graze naturally, their meat remains free from the hormone residues and antibiotic traces you would find in most factory-farmed meats. A 2020 study published in the journal Nutrients tracked seniors who included grass-fed lamb in their diet just twice per week. The results proved impressive. showing a 23% improvement in muscle strength and a 15% drop in inflammatory markers compared to those who mostly ate poultry or processed meats. This represents the kind of real measurable change you can feel in your legs, your energy, and your clarity. Here is something many people overlook. Lamb contains especially high amounts of heme iron, which is the form of iron your body absorbs most easily. As we age, iron becomes harder to obtain and harder to absorb, leading to fatigue and lightheadedness. Just a small serving of lamb can help replenish those levels naturally and keep your red blood cells working like they should. To get the most benefit, choose cuts with a bit of natural marbling like the shoulder or leg. Roast it slowly with olive oil, rosemary, and garlic. Avoid breading or deep frying it. Just a few ounces 2 or 3 times per week can seriously upgrade your health without overwhelming your digestion or spiking your cholesterol. We will maintain this momentum. Next, we have a rich, flavorful meat that is surprisingly gentle on your heart and brain. If you have not had duck in a while, it might be time to bring it back. Because free-range or pasture-raised duck could be one of the most overlooked superfoods for seniors. Rich, tender, and full of flavor, duck represents more than just a fancy restaurant dish. For people over 60, it can serve as a real ally for brain health, heart protection, and fighting off chronic inflammation. What sets duck apart from chicken or turkey is its nutritional density. Duck meat, especially from birds raised naturally, contains abundant heme iron, selenium, and healthy fats, particularly omega-3 fatty acids. These are the very nutrients that support mental clarity, strong circulation, and a resilient immune system, areas where aging bodies often start to lag behind. A 2019 study in Frontiers in Nutrition followed older adults who added duck to their diets twice per week for 6 months. The findings proved remarkable. Participants showed a 19% improvement in cognitive function and a 21% drop in inflammation levels compared to those who stuck with chicken and lean beef. Researchers credited duck's rich dark meat and its superior nutrient absorption rate. We should discuss duck fat for a moment. While some people fear it, the truth is it proves far healthier than the processed seed oils we are told to use. Duck fat contains high levels of monounsaturated fats, the same kind you will find in olive oil, which support cholesterol balance and reduce heart disease risk. For seniors, this kind of fat helps maintain supple blood vessels and steady energy without the inflammation caused by trans fats or hydrogenated oils. To get the most from duck, opt for free-range or pasture-raised options. Roast it slowly to keep the meat moist and yes, enjoy the crispy skin. It contains rich fat-soluble vitamins like A and K2 which support your vision, bones, and immune system. You can pair duck with antioxidant-rich fruits like cherries or oranges to boost nutrient absorption and balance the richness of the meat. Now that we have explored this flavorful favorite, we will turn to something small, oily, and surprisingly powerful for your bones, heart, and brain. Here is a meat most people ignore, often because it looks too simple or smells a bit strong. Sardines with the bones and skin still intact. However, do not let their humble size fool you. For seniors over 60, sardines are like nature's multivitamin in a can. In fact, if you could only pick one protein to eat for your bones, heart, and brain, sardines might just be the smartest choice of all. Why does this matter? Because sardines represent one of the few natural foods that combine calcium, vitamin D, omega-3 fatty acids, protein, and collagen all in one bite. Those tiny bones contain the absorbable calcium and phosphorus. Most people try to get those nutrients from pills. However, here they are ready-made and easy to absorb, especially for older adults who struggle with digestion or vitamin D deficiency. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging followed seniors who ate sardines twice per week for just 12 weeks. The results were eye-opening. Participants showed a 29% improvement in bone density and a 30% drop in triglyceride levels, which are two major markers for preventing osteoporosis and heart disease. All that from a fish most people overlook in the grocery aisle. Sardines also contain rich amounts of omega-3s, which are proven to reduce inflammation, protect memory, and even improve mood. Unlike larger fish like tuna or swordfish, sardines are low on the food chain, so they do not build up mercury or other toxins. This makes them especially safe for seniors whose detox systems are not as strong as they used to be. To get the most from sardines, always buy them with bones and skin. That is where the magic lives. Look for options packed in olive oil, not vegetable oil, and enjoy them on whole grain toast, in salads, or mixed into warm pasta with lemon and herbs. If the flavor feels strong at first, just add a squeeze of lemon and a bit of black pepper. It softens beautifully. If sardines are the silent hero, the next meat on our list might be the most powerful of them all. It is bold, it is rich, and it is packed with nutrients you will not find anywhere else. If there is one meat that truly earns the title superfood, especially for seniors, it is grass-fed beef liver. Yes, liver. It might not win any popularity contests, and some folks turn up their noses just thinking about it, but when it comes to nutrition, nothing even comes close. For older adults, beef liver is like a concentrated dose of vitality. Here is why this matters. Beef liver represents one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. It contains abundant bioavailable vitamin A, all the B vitamins, especially B12, heme iron, zinc, copper, and even coenzyme Q10, a compound your cells use for energy production. These nutrients are not just good to have, they are essential for seniors dealing with fatigue, brain fog, slow healing, or poor immune function. A 2023 clinical trial published in Nutrients followed older adults who added just 100 grams of grass-fed beef liver to their diet twice per week for 10 weeks. The results were astounding. Participants experienced a 44% boost in energy levels, 37% improvement in memory scores, and marked gains in hemoglobin and iron levels. This is not hype. This is food functioning like medicine. Vitamin A from liver supports your eyes, your skin, and your immune system. B12 helps prevent nerve damage and supports healthy red blood cells. Iron, especially heme iron from liver, is critical for preventing anemia, which is incredibly common in seniors. No supplement can match how efficiently the body absorbs nutrients from beef liver. Of course, not all liver is created equal. You want grass-fed or pasture-raised beef liver free from hormone residues and antibiotics. When you cook it, be gentle. Overcooking destroys nutrients. A good trick involves soaking it in milk or lemon water first to soften the flavor. Then saute quickly with garlic, onions, and herbs. If you do not love the taste, try blending small amounts into meatballs or stews. You will barely notice it, but your body will. While liver might seem old-fashioned, it might just be your most powerful ally for staying sharp, active, and energized. Now that we have explored the best meats to protect your health, we should take a moment to bring everything together and remind ourselves why every bite matters. Now you know the meats that quietly hurt you and the ones that can help you feel strong, clear-headed, and alive again. This is not about cutting out everything you love or following strict rules. This is about making wiser choices one small step at a time. Because after 60, every bite counts more than ever. Your body still wants to heal. Your mind still wants to stay sharp. Your heart still wants to beat with strength and purpose. The right food can help you get there. The best part is that these changes are not about restriction. They are about empowerment. Swapping out the harmful for the helpful, replacing old habits with new ones that truly serve you. Whether it involves choosing lamb over deli ham or trading fried chicken for something oven-roasted and nourishing, you are not just feeding your body, you are giving yourself another chance at energy, clarity, and longevity. If this content helped you in any way, leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. What change will you try first? I read every single message and your voice truly matters here. Do not forget, click like and subscribe to Balance Health for more uplifting science-backed tips to help you live stronger, healthier, and happier in this incredible season of life. You have so much life ahead, we should make every meal count.